Give me the dang pepper! Hello, my friends. Good morning and welcome to Real Life. Here at my house, I wanted to show you guys some cleaning motivation, maybe some organization motivation. If you've got those Christmas presents hidden around your house and you want to get them wrapped, or you want to make a delicious dinner, hang out with me today and you can leave the video playing while you fold some laundry or do something around your house to help you feel a little bit more productive. As you can see, I am wearing my Christmas jammies, and I decided, why change out of such comfortable, fun, and warm pants for the day? You know what I mean? The first thing I did for the day was to get started cleaning my kitchen. I love having a clean kitchen. It's like, to me, it is the centerpiece of my home. It's where I spend most of my time. It makes me feel calm and ready to start the day when the kitchen is picked up, the dishwasher's going, the sink is clean.
Tank is clean and we are getting out of the tank is clean.
So I find a lot of joy actually in cleaning my kitchen. And if you do not, I guarantee you need to get kitchen gloves and it will make everything better. I've noticed as I've gotten older, crumbs on the counter, like a dirty counter, drives me insane. When I was a newlywed, I would kind of like leave it for a couple days. It was probably part of my subconscious push to have my husband do it so I didn't have to do it. And things don't always work out that way. So I love having a clean counter as well. And then I decided to take the time to clean my gas stove. I love cooking on gas, although it can be very annoying to clean a gas stove. I usually only do this deep clean about once a week. So usually I'll use a degreaser to get most of the spots off, whether it's Dawn or the Mrs. Myers that I was using today. After that, if there's any really stuck on spots, oven cleaner will do the trick. So I spray it on and then let it sit for about 10 minutes. So while I was waiting, I grabbed my Windex and just gave all of my stainless appliances just a quick little wipe. I don't wash them too often, maybe once a week. They just get little water droplets once in a while. I think everybody has one room or chore that they have in their house that they either really like to clean or they find a lot of satisfaction from doing it. So for you, let me know down in the comments below, what do you love to clean in your house? Like what gives you a lot of joy to have just spotless? And mine is definitely a clean kitchen. And sometimes like today, I just decided to take my time, go slowly, like I'm not in a rush or anything, and just like methodically go through each piece, clean everything really well. And once you step back and look at it, you're just like, I feel so good. And then you don't have any guilt about laying on the couch and eating bonbons and watching soap operas all day. Am I right or am I right? That's actually just a joke. It would be eating cookies and reading novels. That's what I would actually be doing. So time to take the recycling out. I have a lot more cans in my recycling since my mom's been staying with me. She drinks a lot of soda and her and I have already talked about it. She knows I'm not going to change her. So after the oven cleaner has soaked for a while, I'm coming at it with the scrubby side of a sponge. I did have a couple spots that were super stuck. I could have gotten a razor blade, but I didn't feel like going to find one on Dave's workbench. But also a Brillo pad would also work really well as well. The last thing I do when I clean my stove is take some Windex to it to give it some nice shine and get the rest of the streaks out. I also take Windex to the stainless steel on that backside just to get any splatters off. So at the time you are watching this video, Christmas is a mere 1.5 weeks away, like a little over a week away. How are you doing? Are you ready? Do you have all of the presents? Do you have all of the stocking stuffers? Have you done the extended family? Have you done the neighbor gifts? Like what is it that you do that usually stresses you out? Mine's usually Christmas cards. So this year we just vetoed the whole dang thing with the craziness of 2020. Like we didn't get family pictures taken or anything like that. So I have no Christmas cards this year. That was kind of a bummer. But I think as far as presents go, I think we're about done. I feel like stocking stuffers is the one where I always go a little overboard. Like I get too much and then I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't even fit in this sock. I did get the winter candle from Bath & Body Works. You guys, that smells delicious. And now that my kitchen was clean, I feel like I really earned that Diet Dr. Pepper. Like, yum. Little sip of that, and I was good to go for the next part of the day. And because I was hanging out in the kitchen so much, I'm pretty sure Speedy thought I was going to be giving him some treats or something like that. Speedy is a toy poodle. We have had him for 4 years, I think now. He is a rescue dog. And I bring up Speedy because you guys love to see him, and also because Solid Gold Pet is sponsoring today's video. So thank you so much to them for helping me out today, and let me tell you a little bit about them. Right now, you can save 30% on select Solid Gold products. All you have to do is go to solidgoldpet.com/FFM. Solid Gold was the very first holistic pet food company in America, started in 1974 by Sissy McGill. Sissy was inspired by European pet food and the fact that European Great Danes lived longer than their American counterparts. Her first recipe has now provided high quality nutrition and digestive health for over 20 generations of dogs. Their founding belief is that high quality food is the best way to impact our pet's mind, body, and spirit. Solid Gold foods are different because they cleanse the digestive system with whole superfoods, balance with living probiotics, and fuel with omega-3 and 6 fatty acids, which support gut health and nourish your pet inside and out. I know it can be hard to switch dog food sometimes, but we just went half and half for a while, and then 3/4, and then Speedy was just fine. We've been using Solid Gold dog food for several months now, and he loves it. Remember, solidgoldpet.com/FFM to save 30% on select Solid Gold products, and thanks again to them for sponsoring today's video. Since the house was mostly quiet and the kitchen was clean, I decided to watch some YouTube while I wrapped some Christmas presents. So I had saved all of this brown packing paper from one of my boxes. I can't remember if it was a Thrive box or something else, but anyway, I figured it would make like really cheap wrapping paper, right? Just wrapping up the Kiwi Crate boxes that were sent by Dave's mother for the 2 little boys, and then she does have a few more things coming in a couple days or next week, I can't remember. I love wrapping presents. I find it very calming and therapeutic, and while I am using just brown paper right here, I like the pretty papers and the pretty wrapped packages. I don't do anything fancy, like I don't have fancy bows or anything. I'm no expert at wrapping, but I do enjoy it. So let's switch topics for a second. I did this workout this morning. Like, I taught a spinning class, and I pulled open my spinning notebook. I have this notebook that I have had since I was 19 years old or 20 years old. I think I started and got certified when I was 20 years old, and I've been teaching on and off ever since. And my recent time frame of teaching is I've been teaching at the same gym for the last 5 years. But I've kept this notebook where I wrote down workouts for the bike since I was 20. Wow, I have had it for almost 20 years now. It's amazing that it did all those moves with me. But I found this workout I hadn't done in a long time, so I pulled it open and we did it this morning. Well, I modified it because I was like, oh, let's start with 10 of this item. I had written down 20. 3 in, the class is dying. I am dying. I'm sitting here like I was insane when I was 20 years old putting these workouts together. I kicked my own butt today. So I know my class thought it was quite hard because I thought it was hard. I usually don't think my classes are that hard. There's something really different when you're teaching. You have this adrenaline level and you can do a lot more than the people in your class. And when I take someone else's class, I find that to be true. I find other people's classes harder than when I teach my own, just because being up in front of the group feels different. That was so difficult today. My legs are wiped. And sometimes I do share my spinning playlists on Instagram. So if you don't follow me over there, maybe you want to go check me out at Frugal Fit Mom 6. I share a little bit more workout stuff and like real life home updates and maybe some family things, what we're doing, hikes we're taking over there. And I do some Q&A sometimes as well. Speaking of bikes, since we're on the topic, I've had a lot of people ask me about at-home spin bike recommendations, and I have been researching. I had posted that I was not a fan of the Echelon bike that I saw at Costco. I think the design is very poor. The positioning of the resistance knob, your knees will hit it. It's very upright. When I was at Sam's Club, they have one called a Proform, and I thought that was much, much better. So if they're about the same price, I think they're each about $1,000 for that price point, which is about half of a Peloton. I think the Proform is going to be a better bike for you. Let's move on to some dinner prep. I did decide to prep dinner a little bit early this day. I had all of these produce items from my Misfits Market box. If you haven't seen those grocery hauls, I'll maybe leave one down below for you. But I had a ton of broccoli and baby broccoli, so I decided to prep all of it and cook all of it this night. And because the stems were quite big, I decided, hey, I'm gonna kind of peel them a little bit and chop them up and put the stems in there as well. And I thought that was a great idea. These stems were very thick, so I felt like I took a lot off, but the inside was so tender and soft that we really had no problem eating it at all. It took on the flavor really nicely. So as long as you take all that woody stuff off of the outside, you're good. And for those that wonder, I do have a compost in my backyard. So I put all of my scraps in a bowl, and then we go compost it outside. So it actually doesn't go in the garbage. I still think some of the most simple and delicious meals are some kind of roasted or grilled protein with a whole bunch of veggies, whether that's in the form of a salad or air fryer veggies or roasted veggies in the oven or mashed potatoes or whatever. It's so easy to do. You could do chicken breast or pork roast or whatever, and then just pick a vegetable and saute it, roast it, bake it, boil it, I don't know. Today, obviously doing the broccoli, and I had all of these rainbow carrots that I had also gotten from the box that I wanted to chop up. I'm trying to remember how I did this. Oh, I remember. I wanted to air fryer the broccoli, and I had an issue with that, which you'll see in just a minute. And I am making a roasted root vegetable medley with all of the carrots and the celery root, which I've heard is pronounced something different in different countries. Is it celeriac? I don't know. I saw it spelled. In my box, they said it was celery root, so that's just what I thought it was. But look at it. It's so gnarly looking. So, someone in my comments said it looked like a mandrake from Harry Potter, right? It totally does. And I'm trying to peel it, and I really don't know what the heck I'm doing. Do I use a peeler? Do I use a paring knife? Do I use a chef knife? I have no idea. I have never worked with this before, but it smells exactly like celery. It's just a big starchy root vegetable. It's so crazy, right? This is kind of how you try new foods, right? You get something that you have no idea what to do with, and you Google it and you give it a go and see if you like it or not. For my celery root and rainbow carrot mixture, all I did was use some olive oil and a seasoning blend that I found at Ross. It's garlic, some herbs, and salt. So I didn't even need to add salt and pepper to this. I just used a heavy coat of the seasoning as it was, stuck it in the oven at about 425 degrees for 30 minutes or so. You saw a quick shot of the steaks that I had been marinating. We decided to grill those outside, and I noticed all of my broccoli doesn't fit in my air fryer. So I was like, okay, I'll roast the broccoli too, and then realized that all didn't fit on a roasting pan. So I divvied it half and half in the air fryer, half in the oven. Oh, the shenanigans when I ask my kids to clean up a little bit and vacuum the floor and sweep the floor. Oh my goodness. Yes, Haley was singing to Julie and the Phantoms. She is absolutely obsessed. And I put my mom on grill duty with the steaks. She's out there in her snow coat. Snow all over the ground. Anyway, here are the steaks once they were done being grilled. I have all of my roasted vegetables. Celery root ended up being a win. Everybody really liked it. I feel like the flavor's very, very mild when it's roasted. The broccoli was delicious. Here are all of the plates all set out for everybody. Wonderful meal. Even my mom complimented me. That's a big deal. I should be in bed. I don't know why I'm awake right now. I watched Dawn from The Minimal Mom. I watched her video that she posted, I think yesterday. Well, not yesterday for you, but yesterday for me. About the 15 things you don't need in your kitchen. And some of the things, I cannot say that I agree with her. Although she said one thing that is very true. She said, do not declutter your bundt pan. And I cannot preach that enough. Because you don't always need your bundt pan, but there is no substitute when you need one. But she said a couple things that spoke to me, like the mugs, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay, I can go through my mugs, check it. Where did these come from? Why do I have these? I didn't buy these. Why are they here?
Usually people give them to us full of chocolate, and then we end up just hanging on to them, so we feel bad throwing them away or giving them away.
What is this? Why?
Where did this come from?
I don't know.
It's kind of cool.
It's that they're procreating in the cabinet. And then...
You keep saying that word.
I am not saying that word over and over again. We don't ever use these. We don't go anywhere. Get rid of it.
This came from your dad.
Yeah, when he worked for them forever ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yes, good. 5 mugs, gone. Hallelujah.
Can I get an amen?
I move on to the serving platters because we have a disagreement because we have some crystal.
Heirloom crystal.
Heirloom crystal. I haven't used it since I've gotten it.
We've never used crystal in our marriage.
Never. But this is like family heirloom crystal, and Dave's like, you will not get rid, because it came from his side, you will not get rid of that. So we reallocated it to the basement. Then I found this one.
We can give that away.
We can purge this one. That's okay. Like it's cute, but it's like a weird shape and it's like kind of annoying. When have I used this?
Sandwiches. There have been a couple times when you've put lettuce and tomatoes on it for sandwiches.
There you go. Lettuce and tomatoes for sandwiches on this.
As if we couldn't put those on a plate.
Right.
Plates work.
I'm like into the purge mode and I'm like, I found something in here. It is, I'm gonna show it to you. It is the only dishes of any kind that you brought into the marriage.
Listen, when we got married, I only brought a couple movies to the marriage. You brought all the movies, I brought 3.
Yep.
Rudy, Remember the Titans. I can't remember the other ones.
Blazing Saddles?
No. I forgot the other ones. They were good.
It's probably miscongeniality.
I'm quality over quantity.
I don't know that this qualifies.
This is borderline.
Okay. We may have used them a couple times early in our marriage. I have been carting them to Texas, to North Carolina, to Idaho, all over the dang country.
Well, they started out in here.
We started in Idaho.
They made the full circle.
They have not been used in at least 5 years.
At least.
Oh, there's more.
It's pretty big.
How big are these? These have to be a quart.
This is my whole hand, so it's like 2 hands tall.
It's 3 of my hands. It's a 3-hand.
We're now measuring like we measure horses.
We call it. It's a root beer float mug.
It's a root beer float mug.
That hasn't been used.
Because you can like dip it in water, freeze it, stick it in the freezer. Man, it's frosted mug. And they probably weigh about 1.5 pounds each.
Can we please get rid of these?
Oh. Do you know how hard it is to find things like that?
To take up room in my cabinet that we don't use?
Listen.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something more to sell me on that.
I hate these. They haven't been used in 5 years.
Let's talk about this. She found this in the same cabinet. Where did we get this?
It was a gift.
It's still, look, it is the perfect gift. The perfect gift is so perfect, it always stays in its box.
Stop that. I don't know why I haven't opened this, because I would love some fresh pepper.
Fresh pepper?
It has never been used. It's
Does it
brand
have
new.
pepper in it? I hope it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You have to put in your own.
Dump the corns in
Just
there.
dump it in there. We'll go get it. I have a whole big container of it.
Are we switching to this permanently?
What do you mean switching? This is the fresh pepper at the table.
I'm not loading pepper in it unless we're actually using
I'm
it.
using it. I'm using it. This
So
box is gone. Do not be afraid of the pepper, Carlo. We are using this pepper grinder. I don't know much about pepper grinders, but they look like super fancy.
You know, you'll talk about things that we don't use that we could get rid of. How many cookbooks do you have up there in that shelf?
Oh, we could get rid of a couple of those. I haven't gone there yet.
I know.
Dude, don't even start that game. Do we want to go into your clothes? Don't start the blame game when it comes to declutter, except for these.
These are so good.
No! Okay, listen. You have to use these every single day.
Every day?
Mm-hmm.
These are not an everyday kind of mug.
Yes, they are.
Special occasions.
Because if we're keeping them, they are being used every single day.
Days when I need to drown my sorrow in root beer float.
Okay, I feel like we made good progress. Like, I've got the 5 mugs I'm getting rid of. I have the platter I'm getting rid of. We've agreed that I'm going to look at the cookbooks, and you have not budged on anything. So great.
I was all
Winning.
In. I'm all in with these things.
If you want to start a fight in your marriage, try and throw away your husband's things. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Hey, it's me. I realized that I did not close out that video that you are watching that I'm actually editing right now. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming along with me that day. Hope you enjoyed the little disagreements that Dave and I have about the declutter. I desperately need you to be on my side as far as the stupid mugs. Please vote in the comments to declutter the mugs. I hate them. I've always hated them. I've hated them since the day we got married. Literally, he brought no dishes into the marriage except for those stupid mugs. And so they have been haunting me for 17 years, okay? I can't even tell you how long it took me to get him to throw away the ugly ties, okay? Don't even get me started. If you guys want to try out Solid Gold pet food, just go to solidgoldpet.com/FFM. It'll kind of like lead you into Amazon through a tracking link, and you'll be able to save 30% off of select products. Speedy has really been liking it. He doesn't have a lot of teeth. As I said before, he's a rescue. He had horrible mouth hygiene when he came to us. Most of his teeth were rotten. In fact, yesterday, his last front tooth fell out. Even though like we've gone and had his teeth professionally cleaned and everything, they were kind of like, it's too late. Like he's gonna end up with no teeth. So for us, the food with the bone broth topper makes it soft enough for him to kind of gum it, and he loves it. Like, he just loves it. We've been liking it. If you guys try it out, let me know what you ordered and what your favorite products are, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.